Charles Oliveira versus Arman Tsarukyan. Who is going to get the next lightweight title shot? Stick around to hear my thoughts. I'm Wyatt, and this is Fight Society. All right, guys. So one of the more intriguing matchups to me on UFC 300 is Arman Tsarukyan versus Charles Oliveira. Charles Oliveira, former champion, one of my favorite fighters, one of the most exciting fighters in the division, and one of the biggest stars in the UFC, against the long-established, not even a prospect anymore, Arman Tsarukyan, looking to get his big break in front of a big stage and potentially have some star power going into a potential title fight against what I think, like I keep saying, is most likely going to be the winner of Islam and Dustin Poirier in June. Now, it depends on who gets the most exciting win at UFC 300. I think that the title shot could go to the winner of Charles and Arman, but I also think it could go to the winner of Holloway and Justin Gaethje. I think it all is contingent on who has the most style points in their win. I think that Max Holloway versus Justin Gaethje is going to go into the deeper rounds and be a total war, and they're not going to be on the same timetable as Charles Oliveira and Arman Tsarukyan. I think that given Charles Oliveira's fight style, the killer be killed, always pushing forward, but can get finished fairly fast style, I think that if anyone's going to make a quick turnaround to fight for a lightweight title, I think it's going to be Charles Oliveira. I think that the winner or whoever fights for the belt is going to fight. If it's Islam, it's going to be in Abu Dhabi in October at the pay-per-view that they always do in Abu Dhabi. But if it's against Dustin Poirier, they could do it in Vegas. They could do it anywhere, basically in the US. And I think that Charles Oliveira, he gets cracked, falls into his guard, and invites people down with him. And you've seen people like Justin Gaethje and Dustin Poirier in the past not want to challenge Charles Oliveira in the guard. But I think that Arman Tsarukyan, being such an accomplished and competent grappler, he will handle it more in the way that Islam Makhachev did, where if he lands a big shot on Charles Oliveira and Oliveira falls back into guard, Arman Tsarukyan is going to follow him down there the same way that Islam did when he finished him there. I think that these guys are both a total bitch of a matchup for the other guy. I think that Charles Oliveira could submit or KO Arman Tsarukyan in the first round. And I think that Arman Tsarukyan could do the same thing to Charles Oliveira. It's a very intriguing matchup. You have established wrestler, high-level wrestler in Arman Tsarukyan against high-level jiu-jitsu in Charles Oliveira. I do think that Charles Oliveira has more weapons when it comes to the stand-up game. Arman Tsarukyan does have some switch kicks, leg kicks, but Charles Oliveira comes at you with knees, elbows, kicks, jumping attacks, the clinch game. He can wrestle too. He can submit you from anywhere. He can submit you standing. He could submit you from the ground. He could submit you from his back. He could submit you from the top. If Arman Tsarukyan can pull off a win in impressive fashion against Charles Oliveira, it's going to be his coming out party, and he's going to get a title shot in Abu Dhabi, most likely in October. Charles Oliveira, I think, is going to be the one to get it done, though. My official prediction for this fight is that Charles Oliveira is going to come out very aggressive, like he always does. And he might even get dropped in the first round, but I think that Charles Oliveira wins by second or first round finish, most likely submission. I don't think Charles Oliveira is done yet. You know, the last time that he had a kid, he went on an 11 fight win streak, and we just saw that he has another kid on the way. I think Charles Oliveira is going to pull this one out by finish and go on another legendary run at lightweight. And I think that his toughest matchup is Islam Makhachev. He got steamrolled, absolutely steamrolled. And that style where they'll follow him down into the guard, the elite wrestler and Sambo guys that will follow Oliveira to the ground when he pulls guard to recover after a big shot, those are his nightmares. So if he can get past Arman and he finds a way to end up fighting Dustin Poirier for the belt, if Poirier can beat Islam, then I think it's a good matchup for him. I think that that's Charles Oliveira's path to being lightweight champion again. I don't think he beats Islam, but I think that he beats Arman Tsarukyan. And if he can fight Dustin Poirier, if Dustin Poirier can beat Islam, I think that Charles Oliveira will become lightweight champ again. So that's my official prediction, is Charles Oliveira by early sub at UFC 300 over Arman Tsarukyan? Let me hear your thoughts down below. If you like this video and you want more content just like this, click that subscribe button down below. If you want more content from me, go check out my weekly comedy podcast, the Hissyfit podcast, and go check out my personal channel, Wyatt's World. Go watch this suggested video, and I'll see you next time.